Is convicted as a sex offender. That label dictates where they live, who they live with, and where they can work.
But how do we know they're obeying the law? Fox 10 News reporter Paige Malone rode along with some Mobile County Sheriff's deputies today to find out.
Paul Uffman spent the day knocking on doors and ringing doorbells. Today, he's checking on registered sex offenders. There are more than 300 in Mobile County. Some of those on his list include 2 men convicted of sex crimes where the victim was under 4 years old. Mobile County Sheriff Sam Cochran says it's vital sex offenders are far away from possible victims.
Unfortunately, history tells us that oftentimes sexual offenders are repeat offenders, and through Megan's Law and several things over the years, we've learned that we must keep track of these individuals, hold them accountable because of their past convictions, and it saves lives.
To help track sex offenders, the Sheriff's Office uses a group of deputized volunteers like Paul Uffman.
Frees us up and saves us a lot of manpower.
Where a sex offender can live is restricted by law. They're also required to tell law enforcement who they're living with, when they move, and where they move. It's all under the Sex Offender Act.
We double check on the vehicle that he might be driving. We take license plate numbers down. And we also check to make sure that there are no children in the vicinity.
At one of Uffman's stops, that was the case.
There is a 7-month-old that's being taken care of by the woman that lives in the house. Apparently he did live there at one time. It was verified by the neighbor after talking to this person that he did move, in fact, across the street.
The Sheriff's Office makes sure all of the information is verified by at least one neighbor.
We double check that.
Because they come unannounced, it's not unlikely that the sex offender's not at home. In that situation, they leave one of these, and it tells the sex offender to contact the Sheriff's Office as soon as possible.
We want to make sure that they know we're contacting them, that we're doing what is required by law.
The Volunteer Corps also lets neighbors know when a sex offender moves into the neighborhood.
Look, can you help us? Will you let us know if you see any young children around this house? Or will you let us know if this sex offender moves from your neighborhood? Or if you see something that appears to be improper?
Sheriff Cochran says these tips are a big part of keeping sex offenders away from possible victims. In Mobile County, Paige Malone, Fox 10 News.
And if you want to see if any sex offenders are living in your neighborhood, the Sheriff's Office has an interactive map, and we've posted a link to it for you on our website. That's fox10tv.com.